Skylanders is dead, taken out the back with the shotgun pointed. But is there a chance that metaphorical shotgun jammed? Okay, dropping this. Skylanders. I tend to talk about this stupid little series every now and then, but all things considered, its grave has been long dug. But is this the end? Are we officially done with the Skylander franchise as a whole? Well, that's what I came here to discuss. So please, pass the copium, cause I need to smoke that. So, Skylanders being alive, is there anything to point us in that direction? Yes, actually. To start off, we're gonna talk about an interview that took place recently with Phil Spencer. You know, Mr. Xbox.
Are there any other games or franchises, just for you personally, deep in the vault, that we can now potentially explore, that you're just personally excited for people to discover for the first time or maybe rediscover?
I hadn't really thought about that question. Specific on Activision and Blizzard, you know, there's some moments in Activision's history. You mentioned Tony Hawk, you mentioned Guitar Hero, even things like Skylanders, or that were moments where the teams kind of innovated outside of expectation. What do you mean I'm going to carry a plastic guitar and plug it into my console and play? Like, that's never going to work until it worked. And then everybody said, well, of course that was going to work. You know, Skylanders kind of the same way. For me personally, though, when I think about the franchise,
dropping Skylanders among a few other franchises that you could see returning, kinda crazy. Now, if we turn our attention to Toys for Bob, they're still incredibly passionate about Skylanders. They've gone on record saying they miss making Skylanders even. So, a company head who thinks they can make a return, mixed with a team that will happily take up the opportunity, seems like a match made in heaven. Now, of course, none of this is concrete, but if the stars align, it could easily mean the return for Skylanders in some new form. And hey, if you want to know how I'd bring Skylanders back in a remaster, ooh, I just got that perfect video for you. But here's something else that's copium, of the smokable degree, but could mean the return for a Skylanders character. Toys for Bob are currently developing Crash Team Rumble, a multiplayer live service game. The current season is a Spyro crossover. Nothing that big, they've crossed over before, but what is interesting is the title of the season. Ooh, that's specifically a Skylander reference.
All fired up.
Very interesting. Now, Toys for Bob referencing Skylanders and Crash Bandicoot is actually nothing new. If we go back to Crash Bandicoot 4, oh, who the fuck is that in the background? That's my guy, Raptor. But it is very fun to imagine a new season of this game where you get to play as a Trigger Happy or a Gale Grunt. You get the idea. In fact, if it was those two, then it would be the Skylanders Spyro's Adventure Starter Pack, which is kind of funny. So, to recap, we have the head of Xbox saying he'd be interested in Skylanders returning, a passionate developer who'd love to return to the franchise, and hints towards a possible return in Crash Team Rumble. And even if Phil is just talking out of his ass, and the Crash thing is just a cheeky little reference, we still have a passionate developer, so at least we're 1 for 3. Me personally, I do hope it comes back. I mean, how could I not? There's definitely still life to be pumped into Skylanders, and the devs could really have a comeback story on their hands. Whether it's a new game, a remaster, or some sort of playable cameo, I'm high on hopium wanting this franchise to return. And at the end of the day, if she ain't got no gold, she ain't bringing no glory.
Yeah! It's easy, come on!